Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, greetings friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne and psoriasis and eczema and rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human body is always a healing system. It is always a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, let us show you how easy and how simple health can be. Our number today is 844-236-6010 if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program or help a loved one get off their meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program. We can help you do that. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear advertised in the program or recommended on the program, please head over to my websites, brightsideben.com or pharmacistben.com. That's my blog that I set up with my good friend and webmaster Robert Lundgren. Thank you, Robert, for doing such a fine job over there. And also now criticalhealthnews.com. That's my new blog with George Norrie. You can order products directly off the websites, or you can join the Bright Side Ben team directly off the websites for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a business, enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business, plus make some money and of course, get your products at the wholesale price as well. You can find out all about it by clicking on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, or pharmacistben.com. And, of course, you can always call the phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Okay, we'll get your calls here in our second segment. Try to get in early so we can get to as many calls as possible at 844-236-6010. Continuing on with our talk about skin, my personal favorite organ. I've been studying the skin since 1983. 32 years I've been studying skin, and I mean hardcore from a formulation standpoint, from a pharmacist standpoint, from a research standpoint, working directly with patients, working in the laboratory, working in the compounding pharmacy. And what I come to find out is that the skin exemplifies the tremendous healing properties of the entire human biological system. Every time we cut ourselves, we are witness to the tremendous healing properties of the body, of cells, and of tissues. After we wound ourselves or after tissue gets damaged, there's an automatic system that kicks in to restore those tissues, to heal the wounds, to restore everything back to balance, to initiate a protective response called inflammation. Yes, inflammation is a protective response. Inflammation is a good thing. These days there's all kinds of commercials and gobbledygook from medical professionals about how you got to keep inflammation down, et cetera, et cetera. And it's not inflammation that's the problem. It's excessive inflammation that is the problem, because we're constantly bombarding our body with wounding agents, most especially from the crappy food that we've been eating for the last 200 years or so, or even more. Really, since we figured out how to process flour and grains. That's really when our health crisis began. 12,000 years ago, our chronic degenerative disease health crisis began, really with the advent of civilization in Sumeria, some 10,000 BC. Anyway, by the way, Jared Diamond, brilliant sociologist and anthropologist, has written extensively about the relationship between agriculture and farming and chronic degenerative disease. Google Jerry Diamond and the greatest mistake in the history of mankind, something along those lines. He has a really cool essay that he wrote about the link between farming and chronic degenerative disease. In any case, inflammation is a good thing. Inflammation is protective unless it's excessive inflammation, at which point you really run into problems. The healing process kicks in on its own. We don't have to do anything. You get homeostasis, or a restoration of balance, followed by inflammation, followed by, in healthy tissue anyway, followed by repair, and followed by remodeling. We call that healing. Along with the digestive system, the skin is the fastest healing system in the body. And this is so important because it means if we have psoriasis, if we have eczema, if we have acne, if we have any skin health issue, we don't have to have it 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks from now because the skin heals itself. The skin is a tremendously viable healing system. Now, if we have any skin diseases that's not healing, if we have acne that's not healing, psoriasis that's chronic, eczema that's chronic, that's long-term, that gets worse instead of getting better, we are doing something wrong. It's not our body's fault, it's our fault, and we have to take responsibility. With great responsibility comes great power. If I could paraphrase the saying, usually with great power comes great responsibility, but with great responsibility comes great power, because we have power once we accept responsibility to heal our skin. Aside from the rare, topical, surface things we do to muck up the works, we put waxes and preservatives and oils and fragrances on our skin every day, most of us, via skincare products. Skincare products were first developed, the modern skincare products were first developed at the turn of the 20th century. We didn't really know that the skin was a metabolic system, that there was chemistry that was involved with the skin, just like you wouldn't interfere with the chemistry, intentionally interfere with the chemistry of your heart or your lungs or your spleen or any other internal organ. Certainly wouldn't rub a cream on your spleen or on your lungs. For some reason, we think it's okay to do it for the skin. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but for the most part, our skin health issues are internal, like all chronic health issues. And when I say internal, I'm talking about one part of the body specifically, and that's the blood. The blood is the life. That's what it says in the Bible, and for good reason. Nothing is supposed to get into the blood unless it's been vetted and cleared and processed. Unfortunately, because how we eat, the way we eat, and because of nutritional deficiencies, and because of chronic abuse of the digestive tract, eventually leaks occur into the blood through the digestive system. And this is disease in a nutshell. You don't need a zillion doctors. We don't need a medical model that doctors us and diagnoses us and drugs us and radiates us and kills us eventually to help take care of the body. It's really very simple. If you got a chronic health condition, you've got an internal problem. And I don't care if it's on the skin or anywhere else. And that means a blood problem. All disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is blood disease. It's all about the blood. And skin diseases are no different. Skin diseases that are chronic are like every other chronic health issue. It's dirty blood. And unless we're injecting something into the blood directly through the skin, which of course happens with vaccines, or if you're abusing drugs, which is rare, of course, you're talking about a digestive problem. That's the route of administration into the blood. In fact, for all intents and purposes, dirty blood is synonymous with a digestive issue. Chronic disease, whether it's skin or anything else, is about dirty blood, and dirty blood is essentially synonymous with a digestive health issue. I'm not a food Nazi here, and I'm not some hippy-dippy guy talking about food all the time and digestive system, the digestive tract all the time because it's the latest fad. I'm talking just logic. If you got a disease health issue, if you're diseased, you have a cell issue, which in turn means a blood issue, which in turn means a digestive issue, period. End of story. Who controls our digestive system? Is it the doctor? No. Is it a drug? No. Do you need a surgical procedure? No. It's really very, very simple. Health is simple. It's hidden in plain sight. That's my talk on Wednesday in Portland, if you're in the Portland area. Carl, I know you're listening out there. Why don't you call in and give the address if you get a chance? That's what I want. When I do a talk, people ask me, what's the title of your talk? My title of my talk is Health is Simple, and it's hidden in plain sight. All right, got more to say about the skin. and about what you can do if you're dealing with skin health issues, and it isn't very complicated, as I'm sure you've surmised by now. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
So you've been listening to Pharmacist Ben and Dr. Wallach for a long time now, and you're wondering if longevity really works. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm an employee at GCN, and I've been using longevity products for over 2 years now. Call me today to hear my story at 612-695-5982. You too can lose weight, experience increased energy, and feel better about yourself and the future of your family. Call today, 612-695-5982. That's 612-695-5982.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
If you constantly feel run down and tired, your pH level might be low and your body could be full of toxins. If what you drink is not at a pH level of 8 or higher, you are inviting bacteria and acid to thrive in your body. But there is something you can do. Simply add 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops to your water to help your body rid itself of acidic waste, increase oxygen, and raise your pH balance to optimum levels. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops combine a unique formula of the most alkaline minerals in the world, alkalizing the water you drink, ridding your body of acidic waste and toxins, and helping you regain energy and vibrant health. And studies show viruses, bacteria, and toxins cannot survive in an alkaline, high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops at alkavision.com. That's ALKA Vision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific Time and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 at brightsideben.com and also pharmacistben.com. Actually, I'm sorry, at benfuchsarchives.com. That's That is an archive website set up by my friend Peter in the UK. Thank you for doing that. And also, if you want to check out my blogs, pharmacistben.com and criticalhealthnews.com. You can also purchase any of the Longevity products right off the website. You can sign up to join the Brightside Ben team right off the website. Click on the Join the Team link, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Our number today is 844-236-6010. If you've got questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you've got a health challenge you want help with, we're here for you. We can help you change your life today, help you change the lives of a loved one or friend or family member today as well. 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls here just momentarily. A couple things I want to say, actually lots I want to say about the skin. Skin suffers from this human tendency to judge by appearances. And the skin, for all appearances, is just a covering. Just like a sheet that covers the insides. This is what Helena Rubinstein thought. It's kind of surprises me. Most people have not heard of Helena Rubinstein. At least when I ask or I do my talks, I ask the audience, hey, have you ever heard of Helena Rubinstein? People haven't heard of it, and I'm heard of her, and I'm continuously surprised by that. She's considered the mother or the grandmother of the modern skincare world. She came over here from Russia in the 1920s or 1910 or somewhere in the beginning of the 20th century. And she decided to revolutionize how women took care of their skin. Women before Helena Rubinstein didn't really do anything for their skin. But right around the early 20th century, movie stars were becoming popular. The movie industry was becoming popular. And there was all this discretionary, a relative amount of discretionary income that hadn't been around for a long time. And there was the Industrial Revolution had created all of this surplus factory kinds of surplus machinery, and there was a need to create a desire for people to buy products. For the first time, we had more money and more people than we had, and more products than we had drives to buy products. So people had to be induced to buy products. Skincare was one of those products that they were induced to buy. How were they induced to buy? From marketing. The problem was, in 1910 and 1920, we didn't really know what the skin was. It just looked like a covering on the outside of the body. But you know what? The skin's not a covering on the outside of the body. It's a fully fledged member of the organ family. It's an organ. And we all say that, but we never treat the skin as if it were an organ. It's filled with substructures. It's filled with cells and tissues and nutrients. It's electromagnetic. Yes, the skin is an electromagnetic system. It stores information like a computer. The skin stores information like a computer. That's so cool. It's actually like an appendage of the brain. Do you know the skin is an appendage of the brain? Most of the skin is composed of something called the extracellular matrix. That's the stuff outside the cells. Now, I'm always saying this, the body's made up of cells and stuff. Well, skin likewise is cells and stuff. It's a microcosm. Not only is the skin an organ, it's a microcosm of how the body is built. The entire body is composed of three main compartments. The whole body is just made up of three compartments. I call beef, electricity, and coding. Those are the three main compartments of the body. In biology, they call them tissues. That's the fancy way of saying stuff, tissues. There's three kinds of tissues, three kinds of stuff. You get the beef, the electricity, and the coding. Beef tissue, electricity tissue, and coding tissue. Coding, by the way, includes the accessories, which are like your eyes and your thyroid and the various glands. That's all part of the coding aspect of the body. Technically, they call it epithelia. That's the coding. Maybe 10%, 15% of the body is coding. Glands, eyes, covering. That's the epithelia. Then there's the electricity component. That's the nervous system, the neural tissue, nerve tissue. That's a tiny fraction, 2%, 1%, very small amount. The rest of the body is the beef. The vast majority of the body is beef. 80 to 90% of the body is beef, or steak, just like beef steak. That's mostly us, except we don't call it beef. We call it connective tissue and muscle tissue, and to be actually technically proper, those are two separate types of tissue. But from a practical standpoint, they're wrapped around each other, and so I just call them beef. 80 to 90% of the body is beef, maybe 10% or so is the covering, and then maybe 2 or 3% is the electricity. That's it. That's our bodies. Beef, electricity, and covering. And the same three-part system is true of the skin. You've got the nerve tissue, neural tissue, the electricity in the skin. Very tiny amount, 1-2% kind of thing. Then you got the covering, which is about as thin as a piece of paper, covers the entire body. That's called the epithelia, or if you're referring to the skin, the epidermis. And then you got the beef, and that's the bulk of your skin. The beef. If you look at your baby's skin, or a 1-year-old or 2-year-old or a child's skin, it's kind of beefy. It's bouncy. It's robust. It's thick. You look at grandma's skin, not so much. What's the difference? Beef. Not covering, not neural tissue, beef. Grandma's got less beef than your baby does. And that means that if we got aging skin, for the most part anyway, we got a beef issue. We got a thickness issue. It's in the beef. Why is that important? Because most of our products address the coating. Right. You put your skincare product on, you're putting it on the covering, not the beef. The problem's in the beef. Now, there's a couple things, and we've talked about them. A couple of ingredients that you could use to beef up your skin. If you're getting wrinkles or fine lines, your skin's starting to get thin, it's not a covering issue. But because appearances are deceiving, we look at the skin, it looks like it's just one thing. It's not one thing. It's a covering, it's electricity, and it's beef. 90% of the skin is beef. And that's where most skin problems are. And if you're using a skincare product and try to address wrinkles or the signs of aging, you better make sure it's got the ingredients to get into the beef. We talked about vitamin A. That's one of the most important of the beef building, dermis building, skin building ingredients. It may be the most important. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'll say it is the most important. But it's tricky, as we've been talking about. That's why you want to look for retinol, and you want to look for high percentage of retinol. Acne, which we've been talking about, is not a beef problem unless it gets really severe, and then it's a beef problem. But for the most part, it's a coating problem. It's a covering problem. The cells that make up the coating are not dividing correctly. They're not growing correctly. Oil, which is located in the coating, is being secreted in an abundant or in an excessive fashion. And doesn't have the right constituency because of the wrong diet, because we're not eating correctly. Now, if you got serious acne, severe acne, which happens, that could be a beef problem. That's called systemic acne or cystic acne. Systemic acne, cystic acne, now you're in the beef. And it's very frustrating to deal with because acne remedies do their business in the coating. So if you're using your typical acne product and you have a beef acne issue, or cystic acne it's called, you're not going to get anywhere. But because appearances are deceiving, we don't make that connection. We think we could just rub something on the coating and get a beef effect. So many people get these boils or cysts for acne and they rub something on the top. That's not going to help because the problem's in the beef, not in the coating. So your body and the skin are basically made up of beef, nerves, and covering. The beef is connective tissue, muscle tissue, together, connective muscle tissue. The nerves are nerve tissue or neural tissue. The covering is epithelial tissue. And understanding this distinction is very important if we want to build the body up and if we want to build the skin up, and conversely, not understanding this distinction between the three compartments can be the source of a lot of confusion, especially when it comes to the skin. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. 844-236-6010 is our number. Hang tight. We'll get your calls here when we come back from our break. Got more good health information for you. Don't go away.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Heart and Body Extract continues to receive positive testimonials from people who have experienced amazing results, like Reed.
I just wanted to send you a quick but a very big thank you for Heart and Body Extract. I've been on the formula for nearly a month now, and the improvement in the circulation of my legs has been simply amazing.
Reed was facing a tough choice.
I was facing surgery. Due to to the severity of the 100% blocked arteries in both my legs. And my decision, waiting for surgery, to say no and try heart and body extract instead, has been thankfully the right decision.
And the result?
I can now walk up steps without noticeable pain.
Order Heart and Body Extract at 866-295-5305, 866-295-5305, or hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Attention taxpayers! If you've received a notice from the IRS or state, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, it's a fact that the government has the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But here's the good news. There's a special toll-free tax hotline set up especially for you. This tax hotline will tell you about new programs that are geared to help you dramatically settle, reduce, or eliminate what you owe. But you have to call now. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone. But call 877-345-7645. That's 877-345-7645. When you call, you get free information on how you can reduce or eliminate back taxes, including penalties and interest. You can also be helped if you have unfiled returns, a tax lien, wage garnishment, bank levy, or if you've been entered into a payment plan but can't make the payments. Don't make the big mistake in thinking you can ignore or handle your tax problem on your own. You can stop the collection process immediately at 1-877-345-7645. That's 1-877-345-7645. 1-877-345-7645.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thank you for being here, friends. We'll get your calls here in just a sec. 844-236-6010 is our number. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about the skin and the various compartments of the skin, specifically the dermis, D-E-R-M-I-S, dermis, where the connective tissue, the collagen, and all the good stuff is, and as distinguished from the covering, the surface of the skin. This is where pigmentation, dark spots, take place. Dark spots are in the covering, acne is in the covering, dry skin is for the most part in the covering, and then aging, the signs of aging, the thinning and the wrinkles and the fine lines, those are in the dermis, the lower levels. If you have issues in the dermis, if your skin is getting thinner, if you have the fine lines and wrinkles that everybody hates, you have a dermis problem, not a covering problem. Where do your skincare products work for the most part? Even if it's Cindy Crawford and the famous doctor with the melon extract, guess where his products are working? It ain't the dermis, it's the covering, if that. In fact, this is As crazy as it is that we have a covering that we're addressing when we have a beef problem, it's even crazier because the very tippy top of the covering is dead tissue. The skin is unique in the body in that it exploits or leverages dead tissue. The surface of the skin is made up of hard protein, dead stuff, not living stuff like fingernail-like material. And that's where Cindy Crawford or anybody else's skincare products work for the most part, is on that surface, tippy top surface, the dead stuff. But if we don't make a distinction between all the different layers, the covering, the tippy top of the covering, the beef, we're just going to think we could rub something on, and Cindy Crawford is going to tell us to rub something on, and we'll have great skin like her French plastic surgeon says. But if we make the distinction between these three layers, the dead stuff at the top and the epidermis or the covering underneath that and then the dermis underneath that, we can be more effective with not only our topical skincare strategies but also our internal strategies if we're dealing with a skincare issue. Nobody has to have a skin health issue because of the rapidity, the speed with which the skin turns over. Anyway, we'll continue talking about that tomorrow. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010. Let's go to Pennsylvania and welcome Mindy to the bright side. Good morning, Mindy. What's up?
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's going on? How can we help you?
Well, now neither of these things are chronic. Just the very occasional little acne flare-up that is always hormonal when it does happen.
Like right around the time of the month, like a week before you have your period kind of thing?
Yeah, and okay. It's not all the time, but that's always when it happens, if it's going to happen, and it just did, and I sing tomorrow night. And
what are the breakouts? What kind of breakouts? Well, let's stick with this for a second, Mindy. What do the breakouts look like? Are they rashy? Are they Are they individual pimples, blackheads, whiteheads, cystic?
I usually get like one or two big zits.
And where would they be? Where, on your face or back or chest or all over?
On my face. Nope, they're on my face.
Where on the face?
Usually on the left side, just
okay. Cheek?
Sometimes on my chin, but sometimes just a little to the left.
Well, you notice how I'm asking you all these questions, and I'm asking you these for a reason. And by the way, whenever somebody calls me up and has a skin issue, especially acne, these are the questions I always ask. Where they appear on the face, because that's indicative of the type of acne that you're dealing with or the type of health issue you're dealing with. Where on the face, what they look like, what the pimples look like, and if they're cyclical, and if they appear on the back or in the chest. Those are the main things to ask because your answers are going to indicate or going to tell me what kind of biochemical breakdown you're dealing with. Now, the fact that they're cyclical and that it happens just a week or so before your period tells me it has something to do with estrogen and progesterone. Right before you get your period, or about a week or so, or 5 days or so before you have your period, you get a drop in your progesterone and your estrogen. They drop sharply. And this is why people will break out, this dramatic hormone change. The best way to keep that from happening, Mindy, or anybody else who's dealing with a hormonal breakout that's related to your menstrual cycle, is to focus on fats and fat digestion and fat absorption. That means intaking fats, essential fatty acids, your ultimate EFAs. If you're not on them, you want to get on them, 9 to 12 a day. And then fatty vitamins, especially vitamins A and E and D. D is the best place to get your D's from the sun, and just sunshine alone can make a difference, Mindy. I know. Where in Pennsylvania are you? Probably are you in Pittsburgh or somewhere?
I'm close to Hagerstown, Maryland. So.
Okay, so you get enough sun, right? It's not like you're out there in the hinterlands like Pittsburgh or Mars or somewhere around there. But you get enough sun. Go out in the sun right before your period. Get some sun. Don't be a heliophobe, and that will help. Number one, get yourself good. That's good. Get yourself on 20,000 IU of vitamin A a day. Especially, all through the month, but especially that last week. And then also use topical vitamin A, retinol. Look for 5% retinol. Get on my website, truthtreatments.com, get the 5% retinol, and just dab it on your skin. One of the advantages to using retinol for premenstrual or menstrual acne is you get anti-aging benefits as well, and you get nice skin smoothing benefits as well. Anybody who breaks out, in an adult who breaks out, if you use retinol, not only will that help prevent the breakouts, but you'll also get the anti-aging benefits of the retinol. So start applying that retinol balm on your skin, or retinol gel on your skin. twice a week or so, and then you can even dab the retinol right on the blemishes. Make sure you're taking 20,000 IU of vitamin A a day internally, and then 50 milligrams a day of zinc. We haven't talked about zinc internally in a while, but we will because it's absolutely incredibly important for hormonal acne and for all skin issues. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate a day. See if you can, if you notice any digestive health problems, especially around fats. If you're not digesting your fats or absorbing your fats, if you feel bloated or just uncomfortable after fatty foods, if you have loose stools after fatty foods, all these are indicative of malabsorption issues, and this can be compounded by problems with sugar and fructose. So if you notice any digestive health issues, you want to correct those. Probiotics, good bacteria, are very, very important for helping the body handle estrogen and handle fats as well. Not just estrogen, but fats, dietary fats. So getting on the biolumin nightly essence can be helpful too. So you want to focus on fats, fat absorption, fatty vitamins, and then topically, topical vitamin A in the retinol form. And you're lucky it's occasional. A lot of women break out every single month. So consider yourself fortunate.
Well, I used to break out a lot more before I changed my diet. I'm the Mindy that called in a couple weeks ago.
You did, and did we? I don't remember, but did we fix you up? Did we take care of you?
I had fibromyalgia and
okay.
my website, and so I'm a health nut.
How you doing? How is everything working for you? Did you take any? I don't remember what we told you. Probably told you the same thing, right?
Well,
Fatty vitamins.
I didn't actually call for advice that time. I called because you asked about the NutriBullet.
Oh, okay. But you had fibromyalgia, but you don't have it any longer. I think I did check out your website when you called.
Right. I'm not always pain-free, but I'm certainly much better than I used to be.
Doing fermented foods and probiotics and stuff?
Yeah, I do probiotics.
Okay, so just so you know, and I'm going to let you go.
Protein.
Just so you know, I'm going to let you go after this, but this is important. Fibromyalgia, occasional hormonal acne are linked. And they both have that estrogen component and the fat metabolism component. And if you want to do one last thing, and then I'm going to let you go, progesterone cream. I probably told you that before, but in case I didn't, progesterone cream. For all estrogen issues, progesterone helps balance out excess estrogen and helps protect against estrogen breakdown products, as does vitamin A and vitamin E for that matter. Thanks so much for your call, Mindy. Appreciate it.
Have a beautiful
day. Take care. Okay, Anassa in Texas. Welcome to the Bright Side. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I'm calling because I have a 24-year-old that her hair is falling out, and it's in patches. It's bald in patches.
Okay. Is it a boy or girl?
It's really discomforting.
Boy or girl?
Oh, a girl.
A girl. Okay, Anassa, I got to take a break. Anassa, I got to take a break, but when you come back, get on a different phone or take me off speaker or something because I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this.
Dr. Wallach has been warning us for decades to take control of our health care and our food supply. Go Foods and Dr. Wallach's Youngevity have partnered to help you be prepared. Members of Youngevity can now buy Go Foods directly from their personal store. If not yet a member, call 800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com to get special member pricing. That's 800-648-9753 or www.storefoodnow.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Gemstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Gemstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer Bidbit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're talking to Anassa in Texas. Anassa, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah, much better. Much better.
Okay, thank you.
So I heard you had a... Go ahead.
24-year-old. She's kind of stressed out with her master's and working. Her hair is falling out in patches, bald patches. It's very disconcerting, and she also has, it seems to come at stressful times, and also acne breakout on the cheeks and a little bit on the back, and primarily during stress.
Yeah, this poor kid. You know, that's very interesting you say during stress, and that's exactly what happens. You know, when we say stress, when you and I talk about stress, or when we have colloquial or kind of conversational discussions about stress, we talk about it as if it was just something that's bugging us. But to the body, stress is survival. Stress is some kind of survival threat. That's what stress really is. The body feels like its survival is at stake. And when the body feels like its survival is at stake, the last thing it could care about is the hair, or for that matter, the skin, really. The hair and the skin are the first parts of the body to manifest manifest the effects of stress. Because to the body, the heart is important, the lungs are important, the digestive system, and the internal viscera, the internal organs are much more important than the hair or than the skin. This is why hair will turn gray. Hair will age faster than other parts of the body via grayness, and hair will fall out when we're under stress, etc. So obviously we got to control stress, but that means control the survival threat. So there's a couple things that will induce a survival threat. Certainly psychological issues, mental issues, emotional issues. Those are very important. I'm not going to get into those. Those are more psychological kinds of things that you're going to have to, that your daughter's going to have to deal with, and maybe you want to help her with that. But don't marginalize those things. Those are important. From a physical perspective, there's lots you can do. The number one cause of survival threat or stress to the body is the digestive system. So I will tell you, ma'am, and I didn't. Anasa, is that your name?
Anasa.
Anasa. What's your daughter's name?
Mm-hmm.
What's your daughter's name?
Kelly.
Okay, I can guarantee you Kelly is dealing with some kind of digestive distress. Can't happen that her hair will fall out without that, especially if she's breaking out on top of it. So you're going to have to get to the bottom of that. You're going to have to figure out what the heck is causing that digestive distress. Leaky gut syndrome, which is a fancy way of saying stuff getting into the blood through the digestive tract, is behind almost everything, and patching up the intestines are very important. The way you patch up the intestine first is you eliminate any assaults, and that's food. So have her do a food diary, see if she can link problem foods or link foods to specific digestive issues. That's usually the easiest way. Or in her case, she could link foods to exacerbations of her hair falling out or to her breakouts. Then those are going to be foods she wants to eliminate. Then she has to start using nutrition for the digestive system. There's no nutrients for the hair. No matter what you hear from anybody, there's no nutrients that are specific for the hair. But there are nutrients that are specific for the internal part of the body, especially the digestive system, which in turn will help the hair. Now, hair growth is related to the female hormone estrogen and also related to the thyroid. And both of these are connected to fat malabsorption, especially the estrogen component. So when you're looking at foods, especially look at fatty foods, problems processing fatty foods, and then also helping your daughter absorb and utilize fatty foods. Get her on the ultimate enzymes, especially with fatty meals. Get her on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. Probiotics and fat malabsorption or fat absorption go together. And then the Fuchs Z would probably be helpful as well. That can help patch up the gut. The Healthy Start Pack is also going to be important. Balancing out estrogen can be very important, as we were talking with our last caller, using vitamin A and vitamin E, both of which can help support the estrogen system. Same with the mineral magnesium. Get her on the Healthy Start Pack, and you'll get you'll get all those nutrients. But she may want to take a little extra vitamin A, 20,000 IU of vitamin A, and then 400 IU of vitamin E a day. And she can get her magnesium from the Beyond OsteoFX. Have her sipping on the Healthy Start Pack as well. If you want a couple strategies for the emotional or psychological stressors, deep breathing, oxygen is extremely important, and then also relaxation techniques involving heat and hot water, hot tubs, hot baths, hot showers, even a hot washcloth on the face can be very helpful for helping access the relaxation response. So when she's under stress, she's going to be secreting more stress hormones, cortisol. It's going to put a burden on her thyroid. It's going to affect her digestive system and her estrogen. So calming the body down is extremely important. And there's lots of strategies to do that psychologically, but also from a digestive perspective and a nutritional supplement perspective, there's lots you could do. If you want to do one more thing, keeping her blood sugar down is always going to be important. That means staying away from blood sugar spiking foods and using the Mighty 90 essential nutrients and even the sweeties as well to help stabilize blood sugar. Look at digestion, look at fat absorption, focus on estrogen and balancing out estrogen. Use progesterone cream. And also pregnenolone, by the way, can be very helpful too. Pregnenolone capsules or tablets, maybe 100 milligrams a day. All right? Anasa,
Thank you.
I hope that helps you. Thanks so much for your call.
Oh, yes, it does help. Now, she does take, every day she takes 4 ounces of Z radical. So should she use the Fuchs Z instead?
Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah, I would use it instead, personally. I like the Fuchs Z better. You don't get all the sugar, and it's more bang for your buck. You know, the Z radical is tasty. It's great as a little, kind of a beverage, but for real medicinal effect, I like the Fuchs Z better.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless. I hope everything works out for you. Okay, let's move on to Mike in Colorado. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the bright side. Hey, Mike. Mike?
My first question is Coates disease.
Okay.
I've got an 8-month-old grandson
He's got Coates disease?
Coat, C-O-A-T.
It's an eye disease. You're talking about the eye disease, blood vessels in the eye?
Leaky or weak vessels.
Well, what happens is the body, for whatever reason, usually there's a lack of oxygen to the eyes, will start to create more blood vessels. And that can create a problem in the eyes, all the blood vessels in the eyes. So usually you have something else going on there, Mike. Nobody just has Coates disease. It's unusual, by the way, that it occurs in a child. So he must have, was he preemie or digestive issues? What's going on with the baby?
No, he's a very healthy, strong little guy, and he's really big and everything, but and he's
There's something going on. There's something going on because it's not, nobody has just Coates disease. You got to find out what it is. You can't take
that's what I felt, when, because basically, my son and daughter-in-law, they run to the pediatrician. They say, we can fix this with lasers,
Right. And what's going to happen when the vessels come back? They're going to do more lasers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. My only suggestion was more vitamin C, in her to take it, so he gets more vitamin C in his
she's
breast
breastfeeding.
milk. But I didn't know what else to tell her.
Well, let me help you here.
Yeah.
She's breastfeeding, right? The baby. That's all the baby's eating is breast milk. Okay, it's something in the milk.
Well, no, they're starting him on food. He's starting on food now.
Okay, but he had the Coates disease when he was just eating breast milk, right? Or just drinking breast milk?
Well, let's see now. He's 8 months old, and they started feeding him this the past month or two.
When did the Coates disease show up? When did it show up? I'm trying to link it to foods.
This is just a couple of, it was diagnosed, I think, just a couple of weeks ago, like maybe 2 weeks.
Did he have problems with his vision?
I tried to call you then, and I couldn't get in.
Well, hang on, Mike. Let me. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, okay? Did the Coates disease, did the blood vessels show up connected to something else? It's like a detective game here. We got to be detectives.
Yeah.
Did it show up?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not with the child or constantly monitoring them.
I need to talk to them. But just so you know, here's a couple ideas for you, okay? Chances are the Coates disease did not just show up when the baby started eating because it takes a while for the blood vessels to form.
Right.
So chances are it's something in the breast milk, okay? And the only way to know that is to go to Mom's Health. We got to see what Mom's about, all right? So I can't help you on the phone without talking to Mom. So why don't we do this? If you get Mom to call us on the radio, I'll help her on the air. If not, shoot me an email to ben@ksco.com. Put your phone number on there. Ben at K for King, S for Sam, C for Cat, O for Oscar. Put in the heading, Mike from Colorado, and then put your phone number in there. I'll get back to you, and then we'll have a conversation with your daughter because I can't help you unless I have some answers to some questions. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, take care, man. Pastor Lewis, got about a minute. What's going on, man? Pastor Lewis in New York. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty fine. Y'all do a right good job there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
To tell you that. You help a lot of folks out. You're very well informed, intellectual at that. My aunt has I didn't know it. I just found out about it. They've diagnosed her with a macular degeneration of the eyes.
Okay. Got it. Here's the deal with macular degeneration. Lots of people are dealing with it. It's just a sign that the body's breaking down. The macula is the center of the eye. That's where the pigment is. And because the eye is constantly bombarded with sunlight energy, with photons from the sun, it makes sense that the eyes would break down, or at least we'd see the eyes break down faster than any other part of the body. So you want to build the eyes back up like you build the muscles back up or any other part of the body back up by eliminating inflammatory foods, first of all, correcting digestive health issues, and then making sure that you're using the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. Also, pigments are very important, Pastor Lewis, and keeping the blood sugar stable is very important. But that's all the time we have, unfortunately. If you can call back tomorrow, we'll get you first up, and we'll address macular degeneration. Thanks for calling, for your kind words as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You've been listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information. Have yourselves a wonderful, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610.